The Battle of Monmouth was fought near Monmouth Courthouse, modern-day Freehold Borough, New Jersey, on June 28, 1778. During the American Revolutionary War, it pitted the Continental Army, commanded by General George Washington, against the British Army in North America, commanded by General Sir Henry Clinton. It was the last battle of the Philadelphia Campaign, begun the previous year, during which the British had inflicted two major defeats on Washington and occupied Philadelphia. Washington had spent the winter at Valley Forge rebuilding his army and defending his position against political enemies who favored his replacement as commander-in-chief. In February 1778, the Franco-American alliance tilted the strategic balance in favor of the Americans, forcing the British to abandon hopes of a military victory and adopt a defensive strategy. Clinton was ordered to evacuate Philadelphia and consolidate his army. The Continental Army shadowed the British as they marched across New Jersey to Sandy Hook, from where the Royal Navy would ferry them to New York. Washington's senior officers urged varying degrees of caution, but it was politically important for him not to allow the British to withdraw unscathed. Washington detached around a third of his army and sent it ahead under the command of Major General Charles Lee, hoping to land a heavy blow on the British without becoming embroiled in a major engagement. The battle began badly for the Americans when Lee botched an attack on the British rearguard at Monmouth Courthouse. A counterattack by the main British column forced Lee to retreat until Washington arrived with the main body. Clinton disengaged when he found Washington in an unassailable defensive position and resumed the march to Sandy Hook. The British were harassed by increasingly strong American forces as they traversed New Jersey, and by June 27, Lee's vanguard was within striking distance. When the British left Monmouth Courthouse the next day, Lee attempted to isolate and defeat their rearguard. The attack was poorly coordinated, and the Americans were quickly outnumbered when the British 1st Division returned. Some of Lee's units began to withdraw, leading to a breakdown in command and control and forcing Lee to order a general retreat. A fiercely fought rearguard action by the vanguard gave Washington enough time to deploy the main body in a strong defensive position, against which British efforts to press the vanguard foundered. The infantry battle gave way to a 2-hour artillery duel, during which Clinton began to disengage. The duel ended when a Continental Brigade established artillery on a hill overlooking the British lines, forcing Clinton to withdraw his guns. Washington launched 2 small unit attacks on Clinton's infantry as they withdrew, inflicting heavy casualties on the British during the second. An attempt by Washington to probe the British flanks was halted by sunset, and the two armies settled down within 1 mile of each other. The British slipped away unnoticed during the night to link up with the baggage train. The rest of the march to Sandy Hook was completed without further incident, and Clinton's army was ferried to New York in early July. The battle was tactically inconclusive and strategically irrelevant. Neither side landed the blow they hoped to on the other. Washington's army remained an effective force in the field and the British redeployed successfully to New York. The Continental Army inflicted more casualties than it suffered, and it was one of the rare occasions on which it retained possession of a battlefield. Washington was able to present the battle as a triumph, and he was voted a formal thanks by Congress to honor the important victory of Monmouth over the British Grand Army. He was lauded for the first time as the father of his country, and his detractors were silenced. Lee was vilified for his failure to press home the attack on the British rearguard. Because of his tactless efforts to argue his case in the days after the battle, Washington had him arrested and court-martialed on charges of disobeying orders, conducting an unnecessary, disorderly, and shameful retreat and disrespect towards the commander-in-chief. The Continental Army had proven itself to be much improved after the training it underwent over the winter. The American troops conducted themselves professionally during the battle and gained widespread recognition even by their enemy. Clinton's secretary wrote that the rebels stood much better than ever they did.
Connor, my friend, you have arrived just in time to bear witness to our glorious victory.
Where is Charles Lee?
That batard. He shows up in the middle of our preparations and just takes charge. Screams at everyone to advance, and then rides away. I am left to pick up the pieces. Where did they come from? Send word that we are falling back! Everyone, to me! Now! Now!
I will hold the area while you bring them to safety.
I grant you my finest soldiers to serve as your personal guard. There is nothing they will not do to ensure you are victorious. Bonne chance, mon ami.
Slow them down. We'll push these redcoats back yet. A perfect shot. Some time, sir. That should slow them down. Bought us some time, sir. We'll push these redcoats back yet. Some time, sir. We'll push these redcoats back yet. That should slow them down. We are low on ammunition, sir, and the enemy advances.
Then we need to pull back, rejoin the others, and cover their escape.
If we tarry, we'll die. Best we go. If we tarry, we'll die. Best we go. Don't let the lobster back shoot.
Get back to the others! I will take care of this!
We've done all we can! We must retreat! Distract the redcoats before they open fire!
No! I can deal with this!
Retreat, brothers, and quickly!
Well done, my friend. You have saved many lives today.
Connor? Charles Lee has betrayed you.
He forced retreat in the midst of battle, hoping the lost would take the lives of your men and see you relieved of your command.
What?
I'm sure he will come and spin a tale saying that he was outnumbered or I was somehow to blame. All lies. I will say it one last time. That man is your enemy, and he will not stop until you are dead or dishonored.
Connor's tale rings true. Lee was acting most odd upon the battlefield.
I will investigate these allegations at once.
The time for that is long past.
This must be done properly, else we're no better than those we oppose. Never mind the political ramifications of such an act.
Should you choose to spare Lee's life, then I will take it myself. Enjoy your victory, Commander. It will be the last I deliver you.